Good day everyone, I am Trixie Nicole Nobong and I am from Group 6. And on this video, we will be discussing about the political structures. At the end of this video, we are expected to meet the following objectives. It is, and number one, we have to analyze political structures, and second one is to know the different types and classifications of societies and political organization. In this video, we have two lessons. We have the political organizations and the authority and legitimacy. But first, we will be discussing the political organizations.
Political organization. When social control is organized to enforce law and order among members of society. A political organization ensures this political organization forces individuals to adopt the rules for the goodwill of society. Types of political organization. According to sociologists Evan Pritchard and Fortes, a society may be acephalous or cephalous. Acephalous society, commonly known as stateless society, lack of government and social classification. This would mean that no central authority, administrative power, and judicial institution are available within such societies. Cephalous or state societies are societies which have a central governmental institution, authority, and judicial power of its people. Classification of societies. Bands, tribes, chiefdoms, and state. Bands. Among four classifications, bands are considered to be the smallest and most primitive. They live automatically and are comprised of small kin groups or a pool of nuclear families to live together in a common area. Tribes. Similar to band societies, tribal societies do not have a formal and organized political structure. They are usually bigger than bands and are primarily food producers. Chiefdoms. Chiefdom societies are more complex than tribes and bands. They already have form of social and political structure characterized by a community leader, the chief whose position could be passed on through his bloodline. States, being the most politically organized and structurally developed among the classification of society. States take part in many political, cultural, and economic activities. States are the self-governing societies.
Lesson 2, we have the authority and legitimacy. Power. According to Thomas Hobbes, power could be defined as a form of control that corrects a person to obey another. In discussing power in terms of politics and political organization, authority and legitimacy should also be highlighted. Power could also be a social production of an effect that determines the capacities, actions, beliefs, or conduct of factors.
Authority. Theoretically, authority could refer to an individual's expertise in a particular topic of interest. Authority in the political sense, therefore, means that a certain political entity has the right to use and exercise its power over a specific group or society.
Here are the classifications of authority. Traditional authority. A status system or hierarchy is located for each member of the group. Because of this, one member may have more authority than other. The classification could be associated with hereditary power, where status and power are passed on through genetic. Charismatic authority. The classification is more dependent on personality than status. People who use this type of authority typically make personal appeals or requests to others, inspiring loyalty among followers. It is not limited by rules, but it is more controlled by the authority figures, institutions. It can be inspired devotion and total control of power. Legal rational authority. This is formed in more industrialized modern societies where power rests upon a particular office and not upon a specific person. Authority and power are exercised based on laws. As such, the law and the judiciary are seen as the highest form of power in society.
Legitimacy, according to Weber, legitimacy is the belief that a certain entity has a right to rule or to be in authority. So legitimacy is commonly defined in political science and sociology as the belief that a rule, institution, or leader has the right to govern. It is a judgment by an individual about the rightfulness of a hierarchy between rule or ruler and its subject, and about the subordinate's obligation toward the rule or ruler. One of the rules of legitimacy is to protect and promote an institution's pursuit of its purposes. So, state legitimacy is generally understood as the right rule. For example, when considering legitimacy beyond the state, we have to take account of how differences in purposes change legitimacy. So, we have here, according to Betham, for a political organization or entity to be considered legitimate, it must meet 3 criteria. Number 1, power must be exercised according to rules. Number 2, rules must be justified both by the political government and society. So, dapat justified jud ang ilahang mga rules by the political government and society. Maski pag gikan na sa political or gikan sa political government or society, it must be justified. Number 3, the government should consent and agree with the power and authority of the political organization. Dapat sila na consent and agreement with the power and authority of the political organization. Dapat na sila agreement. So, that is legitimacy.